Hey there, good morning. I'm Matt and thanks for joining me on Matt's Vietnam Life. I've been living here in Saigon for 15 years or so, and today I'm in District 3, just a little bit outside of District 1, not too far away from where a lot of tourists stay. And what I wanted to do today was to show you an area that tourists can go to just a little bit outside of District 1 where they're staying, so they don't have to go too far, but get the vibe of the alleyways that are around here. Plus there's some good food, and I've eyed off a place recently down around this alleyway. Now, one of the cool things about this particular neighbourhood is that at the beginning and end of this alleyway, there are 2 Michelin selected pho places. Now, I've been to one, Pho Hoa, just there on Pasteur Street, opposite the Pasteur Institute, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Just a tip though, that it gets packed, and also that if you don't ask, or if you don't be specific for what you ask for, you'll get the big one served to you, the big bowl of pho, and that costs about 120,000. Good morning, chào buổi sáng. Chào buổi sáng. Ăn sáng chưa? Ăn sáng. It's okay, not too bad.
Ăn sáng rồi.
Yeah, ăn sáng rồi hả? Ăn gì?
You biết Việt Nam cháo.
Cháo hả?
Cháo.
Hôm nay, ok không? Hôm nay đi ăn phở.
Ăn phở.
Yeah, gần đây. Có gần đây.
Vương Võ Thị Sau.
Yeah.
No eat phở better.
Ăn rồi. Ăn rồi. Yeah, it's okay. Nhưng ít mắc.
Where you come from?
Australia.
Mắc hả?
Yeah.
Where
lớn. Australia. Úp.
Australia.
Yeah.
Really?
What about you? Where ở đâu?
Vietnamese.
Ở đây hả?
Yeah.
Ở đây?
Ở đây.
Wow.
In here.
Okay, it's very
Pasta.
nice. Pasta.
Yeah. In here, pasta.
Và bang thuốc lá và cigarette và soft drinks.
Sugar.
Okay.
Nước ngọt.
Okay.
Cafe.
Soft drink and coffee. Okay, that's her little stall there. Tên là gì?
Tên là gì? What's your name?
Yeah, what's your name?
You biết Vietnamese?
No.
Yeah.
No, just a little. It
Tên
Chúc.
là
Hoa, huh? Oh wow, beautiful. Very beautiful name.
Quyền.
Pho Hoa.
Phở Hoa.
What?
Đúng
Wow,
Phở
okay.
Hoa. Đúng rồi.
Her name is the same as the pho place there that's got the Michelin selected recognition, and hoa is flower,
Hoa.
right? Flower.
Flower.
Hoa.
Hoa.
Yeah.
Flower.
So her name's that. Okay, thank you.
Flower. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay, now, yeah, I think we go this way. I'm at the intersection here of this alleyway. So this alleyway starts with a Michelin selected pho, which I said that I'd had before, and just a couple of tips as I was saying. Expect for it to be packed with both tourists and locals, perhaps local tourists, and also if you don't stipulate which bowl of pho you want, they'll give you the big one. It's about 120,000. I managed to knock it off, but a little bit big for Mal, so yeah. And there's another one down the alleyway here that I haven't tried yet, but I'll try that, Chow Em. I'll try that at some point, but today I've got my eye on this other one. And also I want to take you around, obviously around these alleyways here. Okay, Vo Thi Sau Street. Okay, there's a little sign there. That's the street sign. And then take you to a few, or show you a little neighbourhood where you can have a coffee. I think there's also a little bed and breakfast up here that I want to show you as well. And we're not too far from the Pink Church, which has been made famous in recent years by Instagram, so we'll take a quick look at that. Maybe also Dinh Market, it's not too far from here as well. Just another market option for you to check out, other than the usual, you know, Bentan Market and places like that. All right, look at this little place here. That's a cute little place. I don't want to poke the camera in there. I don't want to invade everybody's privacy. It's nice and quiet down here. Yeah, I'm going the right way. I don't know, I've never been to Italy before, but you kind of get those sort of Italian vibes, and or even French, I guess. At the Pink Church, the Dinh Church is just here, so perhaps this neighbourhood is quite Christian, and the buildings around here have been, you know, perhaps inspired by that. Now, just down here, there's a little B&B down here, I think. Here it is. Hem Touch, it's called. This is it here. And I discovered it recently, and it looks really cool. Also a coffee shop. So, they call it a homestay. So open Monday to Sunday. Anyway, I'll put all the details in the description. But it's a really nice little spot. Sort of down a little alleyway. I think that's a school there by the looks of it. Yeah, there's a school there. And the Dinh Church is behind that. That's part of the church grounds just there. So I might just poke my head in. There we go. Ciao, Em. Is this okay? Thank you. All right, come on in, thanks. Bye-bye. Okay, so there you have it, 3 styles of rooms, a studio, what did she say? Sort of like a standard, I think it was, and one that she called Luxe. So it might be a little bit of an option for you if you want to get away from the hustle and bustle of District 1 and just get some of those local vibes. So from memory, the Pho place is just around here somewhere. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, here we go, it's here. Chào buổi sáng. Good morning, chào buổi sáng. Hello. Xin chào, chào buổi sáng. Ăn sáng chưa? Chưa. Tại sao gần đây có phở hả? Phở. Yeah. Yeah. Ở đây ngon không? Ngon hả? Yeah. Thiệt hả?
Nhưng mà tiền thì rẻ, không phải nhiều.
Coffee? Oh, yeah, okay. He's asking me if I want a coffee. Yeah, maybe I'll have a coffee. I'll have a Tuan Cafe Soda. Yeah. Or Joe M, có thể. Joe M. Quay phim okay không? Okay. Okay. All right. Mỗi ngày đến đây hả? Uống cà phê vừa uống cà phê vừa nói chuyện hả? Okay, so I'm going to have a little bit of a coffee here, I think, before I have something to eat. And I might check out the Pho place. Bao nhiêu tuổi? Yeah.
79.
78.
78. Wow, wow.
Old man.
Chưa, not yet. He said he was an old man, but okay, here we go. This is the Pho place. I'm not too sure if my mic setup will work. But hello, xin chào. Hôm nay có gì? Phở bò gà. Okay, all right, cool. All right, uống cà phê sau đó. And yeah. Okay, thanks. Okay, so that's good. They've got a chicken noodle soup and a beef noodle soup. So I might try one of those, I think. Okay, okay. I remember coming down here last time. It was a very friendly place. Obviously, there's some locals that come here every day and have their morning coffee. I think I might just put that down there a little bit. How about that? Oops, it's not going to be level. And let's try this coffee, hey? Ngon không? Ngon hả? Oof, lớn. Cái này là lớn. Look, the big one. So every day you come here? Every day? Mỗi ngày đến đây hả? Mỗi ngày. Ở đây. Sang mỗi ngày hả?
Đến đây.
Yep.
Đến đây.
Quê ở đâu?
Quê đây.
Ở đây. Bao nhiêu tuổi anh?
Hả?
Bao nhiêu tuổi?
65.
65, okay, 65, okay. Chưa già.
Đúng rồi. 70 mới là già.
70 hả? Dạ.
70.
Xin lỗi ạ.
Anh ở đâu?
Ở đâu hả? Australia.
Okay.
Úc.
Yeah, Úc. Okay, I might just leave this here. So they just told me that I should order it over here and they'll bring it over. So that's what I might do. Ăn ở đâu đúng không?
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I'll have phở Nam.
Phở Nam rồi, ok.
Yeah, okay, all right. All right, come on. I don't know what the name of the place is. It just says phở bò. Okay. Phở gà, soy, miên, and meat. So. Thank you. Okay, good. Let's eat. Chúc non miên. Okay. All right, so here we go. We've got a phở Nam, it's called. So it's like the, I'll show you on the video now, but it's like it's kind of like roast beef almost. It's the flank that they cook and then slice it into, I don't know, what do you call it? Little slices, I guess. So it looks like that. It looks really good. This place has been here since 1967, which is pretty amazing. I asked him how long he'd been here, and he pointed to the pot where he was cooking his broth, and it said 1967. It was engraved on it. So long time, I don't know how many years, what's that, over 50 years. So let's give it a go. A little bit of lime, I usually put some lime in it, but what you should really do is taste the broth first, really. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, it's really good. Very southern style. Kind of tastes a little bit sweet, but you can taste the savoury and the anise, the star anise that's coming out of it. And so what often happens here down in the south, in Saigon of course, is you get some sauces. Usually it'd be on your table, but The owner said it's okay to come over here and sit with the guys, have a coffee and have breakfast at the same time. And in it is the hoisin sauce, satay, and I don't really know what this one is. Oh yeah. It's a bit like a sriracha. Is that what you call it? Like that spicy sauce, quite similar to the one that you'll get in a Hanoi pho. But the idea behind it is that you just pick up your meat like that and dip in there. Sensational. Very good, tender. Very tender. A bit of hung wei, which is basil. Throw that in. Beautiful. Very fresh too. This looks like spearmint. It's a mint anyway. Yeah, spearmint. And this one here that I always forget. Someone told me that it's good for the, downstairs for the males, so I throw plenty of that in. A little bit more mint. And maybe some chili for good measure, just to spicy up the broth a little bit more. All right, let's get into it. Yeah, very good. Fantastic with that hoisin sauce and the mix with the satay. Very good.
Trong cái vùng này của mình là đúng rồi, mình mạnh nhất tới Đài Loan, Nhật,
Okay, so really good pho, and I recommend it for sure. 40,000 for that bowl. I don't think it has a name, but it's been there since 1967, can you believe? And I've only just discovered it. So perhaps try the Michelin selected ones, and also come around the corner and try this one. Give one of the smaller guys a go, and I think you'll be pretty happy. Plus a great way to feel connected to the local community and get an authentic experience. All right, so let's move on to the next place that I want to show you. Okay, so there's the pink church right there, just around the corner from where we had the pho. But a really good place to check it out if you're into it is this place here. I'll leave the name of it in the description, and you can go up there and get a cocktail of an evening and watch the lights come on the church. It's really a nice place. Other than that, you can also go to this place here. This is Com Cafe, one of the many of these around Saigon. But I prefer this place here. You seem to get a better view of the church. That's if you're into that sort of stuff. I've never actually been in there. Hang on, just got to get across here. All right. But as you can see, there's quite a few cool little things that you can do away from District 1 a little bit, but you can walk it easily enough or grab a motorbike. or a taxi if you prefer a taxi. It is rainy season. We had a little bit of rain last night that's sort of indicating that the rainy season's coming along. Excuse my camera work again, you know, but I'm dodging stuff on the footpath here and it's a little bit tricky. But just a little bit further along up here as well, somewhere you can come and check out, is Dinh Market. It's one of the oldest markets in Saigon. I believe it's about 100 years old, and the facade of the market is the original. Apparently the roof's not, and it has wet market sort of stuff, but it also has fabrics. So if you're into, if you're thinking about getting an alleyway made, or you know, you want to choose the fabrics yourself, or you might want to get something a little bit more original, this might be the market for you to come to. I'm not sure how the light on my camera is going to go, but let's take a little bit of a walk and have a look at these old French colonial era markets. Are just sensational. Look at the size of this. So as I said, heaps of fabrics in here for you to choose from. I think you could spend all day in here. Just check that out. Good morning.
Morning.
Ăn sáng chưa? Ăn rồi, ăn gì? Good morning. À, chưa ăn? Tại sao?
Bò ăn phở.
À.
Ăn phở với bún bò ngon
À,
lắm.
hôm nay ăn phở.
Dạ.
Yeah, ở đó, canh đây. Yeah.
Ngon lắm.
Yeah, ngon lắm, đúng rồi. So as you can see, everybody as usual is super friendly. And this market, look at this building, it's sensational. And then you come into the sort of the food, more of the food stuff, sort of your dried shrimps, nuts, dried fruits. Hello, good morning. Great smell. I love the smell. Candies, by the ginger, I think, and mango, dried mango, swai. Yeah, look at that, hey. And I think these are like plums, right? Maybe a sour, dua. Got to have dua, sour plums. Look at it. Bye-bye, Em. So also a really good spot to come if you're looking for some kind of gift to give somebody. But check this out here. Down there further is the wet market area. But you know, you can get stuck amongst it, can't you? Down in these little places. This looks like kitchenware, homewares and stuff like that. Lots of plastic sort of containers, bowls, plates. I hope I don't knock anything over here. There's a little tea set. Oh, there's a little tea set there that I might knock off with my backpack. Hopefully not. Coffee, really big coffee. I haven't seen them this big before. The fin, I think. Got a fin, huh? Fin. For the coffee. Look at that. But look at the stuff. Absolutely jammed in here. Chopsticks, spoons, salt and pepper shakers, glasses. What else? Just about everything. Knives, hooks, lovely ladies. Hello, xin chào. It's actually quite cool, so it might be a good place to come at this time of day to cool off. But just the ceiling, look at that. The rafters, that old style, over 100 years, around about 100 years of French architecture still standing, which is awesome. Hello, xin chào. Xin chào. Bán gì? Bán gì? Cái này là mút. That's it, mút. Yeah, mút. So this is the, these are like, we film okay không? Yeah, these are these from the ocean, from the bean. Yeah, so mút. Yeah, mút. For back scratching and scrubbing. I think you can scrub your body. Yeah, she's saying you can scrub your body with it. Tên là gì? Tên là gì?
Tên là gì? Cô Chính.
Cô Chín.
Ok, number one.
Chín hả?
Ok.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Đúng rồi.
Trong gia đình có
mấy người con?
9. Bao nhiêu con? Okay, So
Nhà chính
she's
là mấy chị em.
she's number
Hai
9.
chị.
She's number 9 in the family, and the other lady's saying that
Khang đi.
in the family they have
Ờ.
many children in the family.
12
Bao nhiêu
người
con? Bao nhiêu
12
con?
người con.
12. Okay, so 12 people. 12 children in her family, which was very common. Có thể 20 năm trước.
Dạ.
Bình thường hả? It's like 10 con, 11 con, 12 con trong gia đình. Yeah. So, you know, sort of 20 years ago, one generation ago, it was quite common. Where is she? I can't really see it. Oh, there she is. There she is. It was really quite common for
Lùng quá.
Vietnamese families to have, you know, 10, 12, I think Moi Hai, she has 12 children in her family, and then within the space of a generation, Ho Chi Minh City is actually offering incentives now for young mothers to have babies before they're 35. So, yeah, they're trying to address that change in population. Thank you very much.
Ok.
Come on.
bye.
Thank
Cảm
you.
ơn.
Hẹn gặp lại.
Dạ.
Yeah, okay. See you next time. Đi đâu? Maybe this way. Okay, bye bye. Come on.
Bye.
Very lovely. Yes, fantastic. And yeah, it is actually becoming an issue. And I think it's a good idea that the Vietnamese government has identified a potential issue with the aging population already in Vietnam, and they're trying to address that with, I noticed recently, an incentive for mothers under 35 to have a second child. And here's the... Wow, yoiwa! And here's the, you know, your wet market stuff. So I think you've seen it all before, the butchers and the fishmongers and the dried fish, all that sort of stuff here. Okay, so I might just head back down here through the market again and back out onto the street. So not too far from the market is Tam Park, and public toilets there just in case. But also a really good spot for a quick respite just in case it gets too hot for you. A lot of local people come here to exercise. There's a pathway around the park, and there's also an old fella just did a massive sneeze. I lost my train of thought. There's also the public gym over here as well, which is always kind of interesting to check out. Historically, this park has significance. Originally it was the French Colonial cemetery. So anyone, I guess most people who were French or high ranking in the French colonial government of the time, they were buried here, and including President Yim before 1975. He was buried here, so a lot of the government officials and politicians, I guess you'd call them, of that time were buried right here. And then after 1975, it was converted into this park. I think it was this park. I think it's only been a park since then. And nowadays, not a bad green space in the centre of town, which is really convenient and really good on a hot day such as this. And just around the corner here from the park is this cool little neighbourhood with coffee shops, places to eat. I think there's a barber shop here and there, but a lovely quiet little area. Drink shops. There may even be some accommodation around here as well, but I've only really just discovered this particular little neighbourhood recently, when we were staying in here for the 50th anniversary of the end of the war. And, you know, we've come across places like this and guys spitting on the road, but how good's this? I think there's a Japanese place down here, there's accommodation here, coffee shop, some sort of studios here, restaurant, I think, from memory. So lots down here, and it's just tucked away in between sort of where we had the pho and Tam Market. So might be worth checking out. All right, this is our last stop for the walk today. I brought you here because I had in my head that it was very shady and it would be a good spot to finish up, but they've come along recently and cut the trees in preparation for the stormy season. So it's looking a bit barren at the moment. This area here is a very historic site. It's been around for, I don't know, perhaps 150 years or so, or maybe even longer actually. I believe it was one of the gates to the Yardin Citadel. Saigon used to have a citadel, and I think this is sort of the northern gate, or this would have been around about where the northern gate was somewhere. Don't quote me on that. And then when the French when the French came along after that, they put a well in here. That's why the water's here. And it's one of the original sites where the town or the city used to get its water supply from. Undergone a lot of transformation over the journey. I mean, there's been monuments here. Obviously, there was a water tower here. And these days there's this sort of unusual looking, I don't know what you'd call it. It looks like a sculpture, doesn't it? And if you stand back from it a little bit, it actually looks like a sword going into the ground, and allegedly that's what the architect had in mind, because it was kind of I think this site, from what I remember, was developed by one of the presidents of South Vietnam at the time, and I think he was fairly superstitious, and he wanted something that would bring good feng shui to his governance, I guess, and also to the city. And the story goes that this thing that resembles a sword going into the earth, it goes into what is believed to be a dragon that is under the city, and at this spot here is the tail of that dragon, and the head is believed to be where the Independence Palace is, or the Reunification Palace is. And so the idea of the sword pinning down the tail gives the city stability, and back then I believe the president believed it would give stability to his governance. Yeah, but usually it's a much nicer looking place, and there's a lot of development going on as well. Sorry if I'm yelling, it's super noisy because it's a roundabout. A lot of development going on. You can see in the background here a massive office block going up. Unfortunately, I think it detracts from the area because there's some really nice old sort of coffee shops over there. The street behind me has a lot of sort of more upscale coffee shops that you might want to check out on your walk around. It looked pretty good. I might actually go back there now and have one. So yeah, that's about it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's given you some ideas about what you can do just outside of the city centre. Notre Dame Cathedral is just ahead there, a few blocks away. So as you can imagine, it's not too far away. All right, I'm gonna hit one of those coffee shops, cool off, and head home and edit this baby. All right, take care and stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Go to the car.